Call Me By Your Name.
I will.
Okay. In general, what'd you think of this movie?
I don't want it to come across that I didn't like it. I loved it, but...
No, bold statements.
Okay.
Bold declaratives, that's all I want.
So, I don't think it's going to win Best Picture.
Okay.
But not on the basis that it's a bad movie, just on the basis that there are a lot of other things it's up for in other categories that I think has a much better chance of winning, but also like... I don't know, if it won Best Picture, like half of the credit should go to Italy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't...
Just the hills that they were shooting.
Yeah, like just Italy should like be given half
that
of that
one villa
credit.
gets,
it's
gets
like,
the best supporting actor.
You get half of this trophy.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, Call Me By Your Name is the movie that it makes you want to live in 1983 rural Italy. I think it's got a better chance at winning than you do, for sure. I have hope for this because I personally, I love this movie. I thought the movie was a really beautifully shot, beautifully acted, beautifully edited. Like every part of this film was all working together and pulling in the same direction. And I think it's a super rare thing.
I half see where you're coming from, all right? Like I agree that there's a lot of great parts. Like I agree that everything you said, yes, it is beautifully shot. I think Italy helped a lot with that. Like they did capture it in this beautiful way. All of the flies, like I think that's a whole other topic. I think that's a beautiful touch, like really minor beautiful touch. At the same time, I think like if I had watched that movie without Timothée Chalamet's like performance, I don't know that I would have given a shit about it. Because on the other side of that is that Armie Hammer almost ruined this film for me.
Really?
Yes, so truly deeply. He basically sucked the air out of every scene they had together, which is like hard to do when you're playing off of Timothée Chalamet, who like brings so much charm and energy to every scene. I just felt like there was this black hole every time they had a scene together that was Armie Hammer. And his like non-acting approach to the role. I love this movie, I really do, but it is totally a movie that is on the back of the actor.
See, I think this was one of the few times I've actually enjoyed Armie Hammer, and maybe it's more to do with casting him and using him in the specific range where he needs to be.
A buffoon?
Because I thought he was also perfect for Nocturnal Animals last year, where he was just this aloof, douchey husband who's like cheating on Amy Adams, and it was like, well, that's how you need to use Armie Hammer right there. He's just like, he's just gorgeous, and that's all there is. And so there was some of that at play here too. I think he was utilized in a really interesting way, thematically, thinking about this movie that's basically like the telling of anybody's first sort of love and heartbreak and first sexual experiences and things like that. Sort of remembering how like just sort of casually he breezes into this town and they have this affair, and it's this nice thing that happens in both of their lives that I didn't need much more out of Armie Hammer.
What I found really off-putting about, and this isn't just me, so and this isn't like my straight cis perspective.
Sure.
I was talking with my friend who is a filmmaker and who is gay, and I was like, I don't know, is it just me or like Armie Hammer seems like really daddy. He's like, looks like he's 35 years old, and it imbues, like he's like 18 feet tall. In the books it's supposed to be he's 24, and I think he's like 18 around, something like that. Perfectly normal, you know, like, but when by appearances, aesthetically, it looks like a 35-year-old is like preying on this like youthful boy, and it was really like disconcerting to me in that way, and I kind of put that in the back of my mind and was like, all right, like he's supposed to be 24, I'll just like, you know, make believe, but that's not how it looks. And it made all their scenes like have imbued with this like awkwardness. Because I think the power dynamic is important of like, he's bigger, he's you know, he's older. I think that's important, but it didn't have to like eke into the territory of being predatory in a way.
Right. I didn't pick up on anything predatory in this, partially because they told the whole story from Timothée Chalamet's perspective. And again, like you prefaced, the caveat here is I'm a straight white male. I'm not the one to be making these declarations anyway. From my perspective watching the film though, it didn't seem like there was anything terribly predatory going on. I said the age difference popped up a few times. But like you said, I mean, just the character's 24, this character's 17.
Supposed to be.
Everything in the film is told from the 17-year-old's perspective. For me, it was him pursuing Armie Hammer
100%.
more than Armie Hammer sort of leaning on
yeah.
Timothée Chalamet in any sort of Kevin Spacey way.
Nothing, definitely not. Nothing about the script or the book or like the source material or nothing about the movie itself or the dialogue. I totally agree. Came across as predatory. I just think aesthetically, Armie Hammer is not my choice. But aside from that, I mean, I totally agree with your point about what I loved about this movie is its treatment of the relationship. The gay community deserves to have a movie that is so beautiful and has this big production. I do think it is beautiful and a landmark because of that, and because it's not just for the gay community. I think anyone could watch this movie. So now I'm arguing for you, God damn it.
Well, listen.
But I still don't think it's gonna win.
Yeah.
Also, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, so let's talk real quickly, specifically about its chances to win.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a surprise when it does win, but it feels like a prime dark horse kind of candidate. It feels like, I mean, the artist.
Interesting. I also saw you slip there and say when it wins, so I am not going to buy into your... And I will preface this as saying, this is not what I believe, this is what I think the mentality of the voting body believes. Mm-hmm. They're going to be like, well, I don't know, like last year, like we already gave gay people like,
Didn't
an
we
Oscar.
just do a gay
We
thing?
just did that. So like, I don't know, let's give like the lady one, or like let's give the fish monster. Yeah. It's like they want to.
It's time for fish monster.
The fish monster people deserve their Oscar. So like, like the gay people had their moment, like
Right.
it's past. I think that's working against it, honestly, is that like they feel like they've done their work in that sense.
No, I hear. There's a very cynical part of me absolutely agrees with that. The other part of me, though, I want a movie that, regardless of the sexual orientation of the main characters, a movie that is this positive, this life-affirming, this just warm and sunny of a film. Like, I want that to be Best Picture.
Yeah, that is an opinion.
Thank you.